What an awesome Sunday school lesson we have for today. Let's go ahead and review it. Our lesson today is a part of our summer quarter that is entitled Many Faces of Wisdom. And we are in unit number 1 entitled Wisdom in Proverbs. And today we are looking at lesson number 3 for June 21st, 2020, entitled Wisdom's Rewards. And our printed text today is Proverbs chapter 8, verse 8 through 14, and verse 17 through 21. In Proverbs 8, we come across again Solomon speaking about wisdom. But in this particular chapter, the 8th chapter, he begins to describe wisdom as a woman. He describes wisdom in the feminine role. And he says that we all, as it were, wisdom being a beautiful woman or wife material, or Proverbs 31, the righteous type of woman, he begins to encourage us that we all should seek after and go after, and not only go after, but court, if you will, and then marry wisdom. Solomon tells us that we ought to go after and to marry, unite with wisdom as it were a righteous woman. And he tells us that we should take the instruction and the knowledge that comes from wisdom and realize that it is better than silver or choice gold. He tells us that wisdom is better than rubies and any other thing that you can desire, for nothing is compared to wisdom. Well, again, it is worth noting today that when you are seeking wisdom and when you are going after wisdom, the end of your search will end up with God. For again, we center our thoughts of the book of Proverbs on this main scripture, that the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. So above all other things, Solomon tells us that we should seek wisdom. And we should seek after wisdom as it were a beautiful woman that we should court, marry, and unite with. For even as we know that a righteous woman is far better than rubies, wisdom is better than silver or any choice gold, for there is nothing that can compare to wisdom or to God. So what makes wisdom so rewarding for us today in this our text? Well, wisdom comes and brings to us riches and honor. It's bringing to us enduring wealth and prosperity. It brings to us fruit. It bears something. It comes with something that is better than fine gold or even choice silver. And in fact, to walk in the way of righteousness and judgment is what wisdom gives to us. And it gives us an inheritant substance that makes our treasure full. Solomon says all of these things in this 8th chapter today that wisdom gives and brings to us, even as its reward. So what is our takeaway today from this text talking about wisdom and how we should go after it? Well, one thing to keep in mind is that no matter the silver or the gold or the treasures or the riches, without God, those things are nothing. So in fact, we should really be going after God, and then we find out that there are rewards that God has for us. But as long as you're going after stuff, going after things, going after treasures down here, you'll always end up empty because you won't have what you really need to have. So God tells us to go after wisdom. And if you get God or you get wisdom, you'll have riches untold. I think it's fitting today for us to, even as we think about this lesson, for us to pray. Pray that God will let our hearts not run after treasure or wealth or status or possessions, but it should be our prayer that God, you will let our heart search after you, that you will let our heart yearn to be with you, that you will let our heart want to be nowhere or have nothing if it means that we can't have you. Because if we have God, then we have rewards that wealth and treasures can't even compare to. I want to encourage you today, seek after wisdom, seek after God, and then once you find him, you'll find rewards that you've been looking for.